Hi and welcome. I'm Lisa. Thanks for joining me for another card making tutorial. Today I have the pleasure of participating in the Shop Your Stash Monster Mash hop and giveaway. I do need to mention this is a hashtag driven hop, and what that means for you is you're going to simply type in hashtag Shop Your Stash Monster Mash in the YouTube search box above to find all the videos participating in this hop. You can find all the details for the hop and giveaway in the description box directly below. Let's jump into this. So I'm getting started with a piece of masking paper that's cut to 4¼ by 5½ inches. I'm going to center a 3½ inch circle die vertically on the masking paper, and off screen I'm going to run that through my die cutting machine. I'm going to remove the release paper from the masking paper and cover an A2 card base. I'm using my usual Nina Avalanche white 110-pound cardstock. Now that the masking is down, I'm going to burnish around the circle edge with my fingers. I just want to make sure that that masking is adhered to the cardstock. London Fog ink from Memento with a little blender brush, and just lightly apply that gray ink to the edge of the masking. Then we're going to come in with Hero Arts pigment ink. This is unicorn pigment ink. You can use any white pigment ink you have, starting in the center of the circle with a heavy pressure, lightening that pressure as we move out to cover the whole moon. We're going to take a brush, dip it in a pot of perfect pearls, and tap it onto the moon, and then start to swirl it all over that pigment ink. Pigment ink is great with perfect pearls. I absolutely love using the two together. Now, once I have the perfect pearls down, I want to give you a quick look at the sheen it gives. I think it's absolutely gorgeous. And then we'll move on to my favorite part of the reveal, and that's just carefully peeling the masking paper back to reveal the moon. We'll set this aside so we can start doing all the die cutting. So I'm using a 4¼ by 11-inch piece of black cardstock to start. I'm going to lay out all the dies and tell you what they are. This is from the Howling Nights die set from Whimsy. It's a great spooky landscape die with 2 headstones. It comes in that set. I'm going to secure that in place with Scotch tape, and then I'm bringing in the Slimline Haunted Graveyard die set from Whimsy. I'm doing lots of layers on this card to build the scene, so we're using a bunch of different pieces. Now, even though we're making an A2 card, we can take this Slimline die and cut it down to fit onto our card base. Now I'm going to also cut 3 bats and 3 clouds out of this piece of paper as well. And I'm going to do that off screen. While I was over there, I went ahead and I ran the Eek Word die and shadows through the machine, along with the witch from the Monster Parade set. The first thing I'm going to do is layer up this Eek Word so I don't lose any of the pieces. Now the largest shadow was cut from black cardstock, and then the smaller shadow from white cardstock. I'm using glue to put these 2 pieces together. While they dry for a few seconds, I'm going to take my N8 Copic marker and run down the side of each of these letters that was cut out of purple cardstock. That's to help fit in the theme of the hop, which is use black and purple along with a monster. I'm using foam adhesive strips to the back of each of the letters and then placing them on that white shadow. I'll set that aside while I'll go ahead and finish putting all the pieces together. So what I did was I went ahead and cut the Slimline Haunted Graveyard. I cut it right by the fence post, and then I took a piece of scrap purple paper and placed it behind the windows, and then I went ahead and glued the house directly to the card base. I centered it up on the moon. I added foam adhesive strips to the back of the trees with that tiny little fence and went ahead and added that to the card as well. Here's that spooky landscape with the 2 headstones from the Howling Nights. I've actually cut that 3 times: black cardstock, purple cardstock, and white cardstock. I wanted the purple and the white cardstock to act as a shadow for me and create a little bit of division in all of the black that's there. So I only wanted just a little bit of that black and white peeking out from behind, or the purple and white, excuse me, peeking out from behind that black. So mounting foam to the back of that, add it to the bottom of the card. We added the bats and the clouds. And of course, I added 3 glossy black sequins to the clouds. Now this is a pre-printed sentiment strip I'm using, and I just add mounting foam to the back of it and add it to the bottom left corner of my card. And that's going to wrap up my time with you. Let me know what you think of the card in the comments below. Also, don't forget hashtag shopyourstashmonstermash to find the rest of the videos participating in the hop. I really appreciate you hopping along with us. I hope you enjoy it. And until next time, please take care.